Last pick of the draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Donte Kent, cornerback out of Central Michigan. Look, he was a 3-time All-MAC player, defensive player of the year in the MAC. I was talking to my buddy offline, actually our producer, and we're like, after 2 years of being an All-MAC defender, all-league guy, wouldn't you think this guy would have transferred and said, you know what, I've dominated this league. It's time for me to move up somewhere and see if I can dominate at a higher level. He didn't do that. Now, you commend him for being loyal, being loyal to his school, to his team, to his teammates, coach who put the time and effort in. But with rules the way that they are, I wouldn't have faulted him if he moved up, but he didn't. But I also think, at 5'10", 187, I think if he's 6 foot, 187, I think we're talking about a 3rd-round draft pick here. I think those 2 inches, are the difference here. But I think we may have stolen somebody because number one, he's a tackler, and how we like our corners to be able to tackle. I like it. Doesn't have a lot of picks. That's not his specialty. He kind of doesn't trust his eyes a lot of times when it comes to interceptions. But if he can continue and be a good tackler, obviously he's going to be good on special teams, or he should be anyway. But if he can tackle, his coverage skills are there. It's a good pick for the Steelers.
I think he's going to fight for that nickel corner position. Listen, they got 3 options at that nickel: Eccles, Beanie Bishop, this kid, and this kid's a ball hawk, man. I mean, listen, you're right. If he would have been 6 foot, he would have went in the draft before Denzel Burke. Denzel Burke was one of the last corners that was that top tier, top playing corner. And I live right in the middle of MAC country. I literally live in the dead center of MAC country. And so I got to saw him play. And against teams that pass the ball a lot, he was more than serviceable. So is he a special teamer? I think he's a gunner. I think he's a legitimate gunner on the special teams where he's going to go down and just blast somebody because he can tackle. So, but can he develop? That's always the question. When you get a guy late in the 6th, late in the 7th, can they develop? And that's where you start seeing potential. I mean, productivity over potential. His productivity at Central Michigan University was outstanding.
Yeah.
So you have to take a kid based on their productivity or production versus saying, we can mold this kid and he can become something. That doesn't work in the NFL. So if you're going to have a 7th round kid pick on your roster, on a 53-man roster, what does he do from a productivity standpoint? Well, this kid has productivity, so I like him, B. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I think he can make the 53-man by just being a good special teamer, punt returner, kick returner, gunner. That's got to be what he does great initially, but tough kid. He does something really well, too, that a lot of people don't do. He can make up ground. So, he gets beat a little bit. He can make up that ground with his athleticism. 47 passes defended. So, definitely, I think he could be a contributor. I think he could compete. But what's going to separate him is what separates a lot of 7th-round talents. That's being able to play for Danny Smith and those special teams.
Yep. Being versatile is going to be key. Nickel can be his specialty. That's fine. But he's going to have to be able to play special teams. He's also going to have to be able to play outside, too. The more versatile, when you're a 7th rounder, the more versatile that you can be, the better off that you're going to be able to make the team. So if he can do those things, and then, again, some of the traits, start trusting his eyes a little more when it comes to interceptions. You see what's happening, just go fire. And a lot of times he would see it, he'd be in position, but he just didn't fire quick enough because it was almost like, I don't know. I know what he's going to do. Let me just wait another half second. Oh, yeah, he did throw the ball. Okay, I'll go make a play or I'll go make a tackle. So I like this kid. Again, I don't know if he's going to make the 53-man, but he just might. As a reminder, everybody, man, again, tomorrow we're going to have draft grades out on Steelers Almighty. We're going to have our draft grade podcast. Lord have mercy. It's been a long 4 days, man. So we'll have that out tomorrow for everybody so you guys can take a dip in there. make sure you guys are also hitting that like button. If you haven't hit the like button in here, make sure you hit the like button. We appreciate that. Guys, overall, let's just talk about it again. From top to bottom, what do you think, Jason? Do you like the draft? Is it something that the Steelers can work with? Again, a lot of defensive guys where we may have thought. Is there one? Let me ask this question specific. Was there an area that you believe that the Steelers could have addressed and they didn't?
Offensive line, no doubt. I think there could have been a pick here or there that late in the draft that maybe gives you a little depth that you didn't have. But that's the only real knock I can give on it. But what Omar Khan and Andy Weidel have done over these last 3 years has to be praised. And I know we don't know the true outcome just yet. We're going to need 2 or 3 years for each draft class to see the true impact. But overall, this is pretty damn good, and I'm not mad at it. And we can nitpick it, but overall, I'm thrilled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about
Facts.
you?
I agree with Jason. I mean, we eventually, if Jones is not that guy, we're going to have to find the tackle to fill for him. But you have to give him an opportunity to play the right position first. Right. So if we could have got a player, maybe it's that tackle or the swing tackle that would have played behind Jones and Fautano. But overall, what the Steelers did is they built the 53-man roster. Listen, I remember, I'm old enough to remember, the times when the Steelers 53-man roster would cut a guy and they wouldn't even make it through waiver claims. A team would pick them up. I think we're headed that way. We're headed to where we have, especially in those trenches, offensive line, defensive line, maybe now in a defensive backfield. If we cut a guy, they're not going to clear. Once they clear waivers, somebody's going to pick them up right away. So we have to do that because the goal is to be able to insert the quarterback whenever the quarterback comes along. And I'm always on the side, and you're going to hear me say it over and over and over again. Give me productivity over potential. High ceiling, you can talk that mess all day and night. I want a dude that's going to produce because production helps me win. So I like all the guys we got. They're high character guys. They're high production guys. Let's roll with it, man. Let's go. I'm optimistic now, very much so, for this 2025 season. I might have been pessimistic a little bit before, but I'm very optimistic moving forward with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a big opportunity here. Let's take a look at some of the undrafted free agents that we have. Sebastian Castro, safety from Iowa. I think he's another one that I think has an opportunity to make the team as a slot corner. Mm-hmm. That's another guy, that I like him. I like how he plays. He kind of reminds me a little bit of our man Watts last year that didn't get an opportunity, who got hurt. So we'll see J.J. Galbraith at tight end. Ben Sauls, the kicker out of Pitt. I mean, look, he's a camp body. We don't want to wear out Boz's leg in camp. Let's just be honest about it. Rock Taylor, wide receiver out of Memphis. Now, that one, keep your eyes on that one. Keep your eyes on that one. Did you have something on him, Jason?
No, I haven't done a lot of work on them just yet, but
right.
My initial gut check, Rock Taylor's probably my favorite so far.
Yep. The thing about it is 6'2", and can fly. Just keep your eye on that guy. I don't know, again, if he's going to make the roster. I'm just saying keep your eye on him. DJ Thomas Jones, tight end out of South Alabama. Aiden Williams, a guard. There's some of our pieces right there. Maybe a guard. Yeah. We'll see. 6'6", 314. Minnesota Duluth. Lower level football, but that doesn't mean he can't play. And then Keyshawn Williams, wide receiver out of Indiana, kind of small and stocky a little bit. I mean, 5'9", 188. We'll see what happens, but I think Steelers got a chance. I think overall, again, I'm not going to give out my grades. I'll give those out tomorrow. You'll see, but I think they did fine, man. I think it was a pretty good draft to put this thing, kind of on a bow here. There's a lot of picks. Look, I shouldn't say there's no perfect draft because maybe there is. Steelers draft wasn't perfect, but it accomplished what we needed to accomplish. Coming into this, look, if we're being honest, there was no quarterback out there that you were going to say, hey, let's go build our franchise around this guy. That didn't exist in this draft at all. So since it didn't exist, go build your roster so you can have a better football team. So when you get your quarterback, then you have a good football team around them. And that's what the Steelers did. They did that. Is that, hey, we're going to build the roster up, get guys in the positions where we need to get them. And then when it's time to go get a quarterback, we'll be better. Okay, great. This draft just didn't – it wasn't there. And I am proud of the guys for not reaching for guys. Because we did it 3 years ago with Baby Hands Pickett. We reached when we knew he was a third-round talent, but, hey, we need a quarterback, so we took one. 2 years later, he's not even on a damn roster. He's about to get cut by the Cleveland Browns. So that's what I'm talking. There's no reason for you to reach when the talent isn't there, man. So any last words from either of you? I'll start with you, Jason.
No, thanks for having me. Solid draft, long 4 days here. So just try to unwind and really look into this here this week and see exactly if maybe my thoughts change on anything. But overall, again, great time. Happy to be here with you guys.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Tell everybody where they can find you at, Jason.
Come on over to YouTube here, Mike Drop Sports. Check us out. Come join some live shows and some pre-recorded stuff. But come on over and join the conversation at Mike Drop Sports.
Gotcha. Big G, any final thoughts, man?
Man, once again, I think they did an outstanding job with building the 53-man roster. B, one of the things I know we didn't talk about, and we'll probably talk about this on the big show. We didn't mortgage our future by reaching for a quarterback, and we didn't get off of any of those future draft picks that we have moving into 2026, which I mean sets us up perfect for 2026 to really do some serious damage concerning getting maybe the quarterback that we need if we don't have it, right? So, but overall, I'm proud of the Steelers, man. I went through the Kevin Colbert years. You know, those last Kevin Colbert years was horrible. You know, and now we're seeing Omar Khan, Andy Waddle put it together, try to build the roster. You know, and like I said, I was on that 9 or 10 win. Hey, man, if 12 shows up, we might got a chance to do something in the playoffs, man. We'll see. We got to wait and see what he's going to do. But I'm excited, man, and I appreciate, man, just being able to come in and just doing a review with Jason. Jason, nice meeting you. First time I ever met you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, and B, you know how we get on every week, bro. We get on every week, man.
Absolutely.
You, so.
Absolutely. Well, man, look, I appreciate both of you guys being in here, taking the time out on a Sunday. It's been a long 3 days, man. It has. But you know what I like about this, guys? The offseason's freaking over. We can finally start talking about football and fits and schemes and the stuff that I really like talking about versus having to deal with and dabble into rumors and speculation and all that. Let's just talk football. And that right now, it looks like we're going to get to start talking football. So appreciate you guys. Hey, man, everybody out there, remember, go subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Steelers Almighty. If you want to become a member and get perks, you saw that we brought up people that were members on here. Make sure you go do that. We got several different levels. If you want to get the all 22 breakdown that we do of every single game, you know, there's a level, 4th level or higher to be able to get that. We appreciate everybody being in here. Thank you, guys. We will talk to you soon. Remember, tomorrow we'll have the draft grades. Talk to you. Aloha.